I have over here. And if you check the Twitter handle of the DCI, Kenya, just 12 hours ago, even after the court made its ruling, they went ahead, paraded another Kenyan. But interestingly, this is a police constable who is attached to the dog unit in Nakuru, was arrested last evening and by DCI detectives. He was trying to extort money by threatening the manager of Njoro Huduma Nursing Home with arrest, and he was accusing the management of illegal power connection. Despite the court giving a ruling, the DCI is still going on to do what they were prohibited to do. What does this? What is happening? What message is the DCI trying to send to the court?
Thank you. I can't speak for the DCI, but the orders were served upon the Inspector General of Police and the DCI. That amounts to a blatant disrespect for court orders, and we have a way in which we can be able to seek for the court to enforce those orders through contempt of court proceedings. But just to say that they've been given an opportunity to file their responses in respect to the petition, and I'm really interested in knowing what part of the law are they utilizing in doing so? Because this practice has not started, this practice was just strangely, this practice has just recently started. It has never been there, and I think it's a matter that clearly one will say the introduction of the change of guard at the DCI has necessitated that manner of more or less doing things.
Right.
But I've looked at the National Police Service Act, and there is no law that gives the IG and the DCI powers to do so. So what they are doing is unconstitutional, and we will be urging Kenyans whose rights are being infringed upon by these acts, especially after we served them yesterday, to now file for compensation against the government. And I think it will not be the right interest for the DCI to continue perpetuating an act that the court has already more or less told him not to do so.
All right, Davis, and as we bring this conversation to an end, it's not just the DCI that, portrays or publishes the photos of suspects on social media. Let's look at employers who do that, because there's some employers who go to the extent of publishing the photos of people probably who've committed crime within their company on a different local dailies. How would you term that? Are you also targeting such kind of employers?
No, our petition more or less targets, especially now, public authorities and the DCI and the IG being one of those offices established by the Constitution. So there is a higher threshold on accountability to these offices, because and most of these are investigative organs. These are the people who are mandated in law to be able to ensure that law and order is done. As regards private individuals, the law also provides for private individuals who feel that their rights are being infringed upon, either by their employers or by other parties, to move court to seek appropriate remedies. In case an employer more or less parades an employee without following due process, I think that employee has recourse to seek for either damages from court or to seek for defamation of somebody's more or less reputation. So I think the private regime of causes is really available to anyone who feels that his rights are being infringed. But for public offices or constitutional offices, there is that higher threshold of accountability that is required of them to be able to do everything within their mandate in accordance with the law. And that's why ours is different. We want to target the IG to ensure that all he does in accordance with the law. He does not do anything beyond his powers.
All right, thank you so much, Advocate Davis Kiro, who is handling this petition that's before the court. And of course, just recently, the court barred the DCI and the Inspector General of Police from, publishing photos of the suspects on social media. And the photos had also their personal details like the IDs, the phone numbers, and of course, where they